Hello, Mania, and welcome back. I know you missed us.
It's the Season 2 debut.
Yes, of Top Rope Rally right here on the YouTube.
Episode 53.
Yes, 53. We're starting. We got a year in,
Like
and we're
starting
starting
all
over. That's why it's the Season 2 debut.
That's right.
Now let's get started. We don't waste 40 seconds of your time.
That's true. And since we were out last week, we're going to go over some stuff that we missed. And hopefully, if you don't live under a rock, you already know about it. But we're going to go over it and get this stuff out of the way.
Yes, WrestleMania 31.
Huge.
Had me worried a little bit, but every match was good.
They did not really push the event as huge as they've ever done before.
Right.
It was kind of lackluster promoting, but the pay-per-view came out pretty doggone well.
And shocks. Shocks, but we'll get to that in part 2 when we do the recap of WrestleMania.
Yes, but we're going to talk about the Raw after Mania because, you know, it's always WrestleMania.
And it's a big event.
It's always WrestleMania Raw, really. I mean, it's huge all the time. We want to talk about, we had returns, we had debuts, we had all kinds of good stuff going on.
Shockers, yeah, we had shockers.
Sheamus
and as always, the crowd was hot from beginning to end.
Of course.
I mean, and they ruled the show.
They always do. I mean, you think about the Fandango thing where they danced.
Oh, yes.
I mean, that started from that. And, I mean, the whole Yes craze started from the WrestleMania after the WrestleMania in Miami that I went to. The next night, people were so mad about him losing in 8 seconds, and they were just they were going crazy with the Yes chants, and that's really where it all started.
So like you said, yeah, Sheamus made his return, and what a look he returned with.
Looked like he was going to attack Barrett. He was getting Barrett out of the ring, and then instead he does a surprise attack on Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler.
Instant heel.
And even Rob Feinstein from RFvideo.com posted this funny thing that Sheamus, he owes some money, some royalties to Dross for his new look.
That's funny.
Because he totally ripped off that look from Dross.
That is true, yeah. I thought he looked familiar.
Right?
I love his new music, which didn't debut till SmackDown.
Yeah, I haven't heard it yet.
It is good. It's a lot better than his old one.
But the whole, I mean, I hope that this doesn't prevent Enzo Amore from eventually coming up to the main roster.
It shouldn't, but...
I mean, you got the whole Mohawk thing. They kind of look similar to the Mohawk, but the facial hair kind of weirds me out with the braided things. I mean, that's
but you got Sheamus here with the Mohawk. You'll have Enzo here with Big Cass in the tag division. It shouldn't matter.
That tag team is more over than anything going on right now.
And speaking of tag teams, Lucha Dragons debuted on Raw.
They've already done Superstars a main event, but that's not technically a debut in the WWE. That was just them working out, seeing if they did well in a WWE ring, and they did great, so they brought them up and made a Raw debut, and the Lucha thing was going crazy.
Yep, Adrian Neville, or just Neville.
Neville now, they changed the name. Kind of like they did with Cesaro and Big E. They chop off a name.
And the fans seem to love him.
Oh, they love Neville. When he went to that the Red Arrow, oh my goodness, they went crazy.
And this past week on Raw, he has a match with the World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes, and people flipped out because he lost. Yes. But calm down, people. He was in a match with the champion.
Yes, he's just brand new. I mean, he didn't lose in 5 seconds.
No,
it was a very competitive
match. It wasn't a jobber match. Also, we had a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match that never happened.
Oh no!
But it didn't sit well with Brock because Seth said, "Oh, I'm going to defend my title against you, but not tonight.
I'm jet lagged."
That's right, because he had to go. He did have to go to New York and come all the way back to California. So I can understand that. So first,
and then all hell broke loose.
It did. First went J&J Security, destroyed
double clothesline.
They were dispatched at Lesnar's hands. Then the commentary team, Booker and JBL, got buried by an overturned table.
He tried to get hold of Seth. Seth got over the barricade and got in the audience, and then he turned around, and then over the desk they went over on Booker and JBL. Michael Cole was standing there like a dummy, and he got snatched.
No! You heard him. You could hear him over the television saying, "No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, Brock." And so he got an F5 that literally took him out of one shoe. And then finally a helpless cameraman, which you know was an Indy wrestler, because they wouldn't do that to a cameraman.
Don't stand on the ring apron.
They gave him not one, but 2 F5. Stephanie demands that Lesnar let up. Unable to control the beast,
Yeah.
Stephanie suspended him indefinitely and hit him with a hefty fine. The crowd was hot.
Or I should say around August.
Yes, he'll come back for SummerSlam, and he'll get his title rematch there. The crowd was hot from beginning to end, as always,
Yes.
for the post-WrestleMania Raw. And now, I mean, that all sets up so well as they continue under Extreme Rules, putting out Brock, and then got to get a new person for
Randy
Seth,
Orton.
which is now Randy Orton. I like now how they did that, where they had the 3 of them face individual people,
Yes.
and then have to face them in triple threat, so it wears them down.
Right.
But I mean, in the long run, I mean, I think they're going to run with a 6-man on this. Randy, Ryback, Roman. It's like the 3 R's. How weird is that, right?
Now, interesting, Ring of Honor, another R, and
Yes.
WWE title picture stacked following WrestleMania 31. You got the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins.
Yes, you do.
You got the NXT World Heavyweight Champion, Kevin Owens. You've got the Intercontinental Champion, Daniel Bryan, and one half of the Tag Team Champions, Cesaro.
Yep. And they all passed the Ring of Honor. But another cool stat.
Which is amazing.
Another cool stat. In the last few years, look at who the WWE World Heavyweight Champion's been.
Oh, yes.
Except for Randy and Cena. Look back at CM Punk. Okay? CM Punk, Ring of Honor World Champion, WWE Champion. Look at Daniel Bryan, Ring of Honor Champion, World Heavyweight Champion as well, and now Seth Rollins, Ring of Honor Champion and World Heavyweight Champion. So if you're a Ring of Honor, you might have some good luck on your side, buddy.
Yes, somebody in WWE likes Ring of Honor, so if you're good at Ring of Honor, you'll be pretty good in WWE.
I think it might be a guy named Triple H.
Yes, and is there talk of somebody else in Ring of Honor coming in? Who is this person? Who is that? Joe somebody? Who's that Joe guy?
That
Yes.
Samoan weird guy, yeah.
That Samoan guy,
As a gargoyle would say, the man in the big diaper.
Yes, well, I hope they do away with the big diaper. So,
yes, I hope they give him some new gear, make him look real good.
Okay, WWE's trying to trademark some more names, which I thought they owned already, but
they should have owned it. But
I guess they have to let the trademarks die.
Trademarks die out, you know, because there's a timetable there, and if you hit that timeline, then that trademark goes out to anybody.
But they're trying to get Halloween Havoc and Starrcade, which is spelled with 1 R and a big C.
Yes,
so
a little bit different than the original Starrcade, but I will tell you this. Have you also heard that, I think it's Petco, has now put a trademark out for Monday Night Raw? How weird is it that WWE does not own...
I know, why don't you let that, I mean,
they don't own a trademark. They own a trademark for WWF Monday Night Raw. They do not own a trademark for WWE Monday Night Raw. How dumb are you people?
I know, what is that?
So Petco is going to own that, and
they'll just go to Raw. That'll be WWE Raw is what they'll be.
Probably. Yeah. Stupid though.
But this could be news for NXT getting the pay-per-view changed, or it could be for DVDs and Blu-rays.
Right, and the network, of course.
And the network, yes.
Yes. WWE Diva Emma, yes, she still works there. Once you supposedly steal from Walmart, apparently you don't get pushed anymore. Plus, her pushing partner, if you will, Santino, is now retired. So it didn't help her any. She's apparently unhappy with her role or lack thereof on television as of late, and even said, look, I guess I need to sign up for the Diva Search. She actually put that on there.
You don't want to cause more trouble. You're already in trouble.
Don't cause trouble for yourself by putting that stuff on there. Also, NXT Superstar was granted it. He asked for his release. He is now in the indie scene as CJP. I'm talking about CJ Parker, the man who is trying to save the world from pollution.
Yes. Another guy from NXT, from TNA, excuse me.
Yeah.
He is gone. Hadn't been around since
November 2013. 2013. It is now April 2015. The man's roster page just got removed.
I'm pleased they haven't been paying him that long to do nothing.
Oh my gosh, how weird is that?
If they have, I have to give props to Daddy Eric, because he taught his son very well.
He did, and Garrett
Sit
is
home
sitting
and collect a check.
Sitting very well with that money, not doing a dadgum thing. Because I haven't heard of him doing anything on the Indies either.
I haven't. Weird. And SmackDown is moving again.
To the best place possible it could.
They should have been a lot when they moved to Thursday. They should have made the move to USA. Yes,
it's going to be
January.
at the start of the fiscal year of 2016.
Yes. January 2016. SmackDown will move to USA Network.
I think it's a great idea.
Yes.
You'll have Raw on USA. You'll have SmackDown. I wish SmackDown was live also, but anyway,
and maybe it will be.
You got SmackDown on USA, and you'll have Tough Enough on USA. I wish they would make a whole show for the Diva Search, but it looks like Diva Search will be on the network as a show. When I first saw the graphic, I thought it was just going to be the old stuff, but it's a brand new season of the Diva Search. And I hope it's actually...
Tough Enough's going to be on the network, too, so you're getting live and tape stuff.
Yes, I did think that was neat. They're going to tape it, they're going to be showing it live as it's happening, kind of like how they did Big Brother. I guess they'll show, Big Brother after it would go off the air. They would have stuff on CBS.com and stuff.
And, at Showtime, yes.
Right, of different things that was going on Big Brother from the cameras. So I think that would be kind of neat if they do that on the network. They're saying on network and social media. Plus, they'll have the actual 1 hour show, or 30 minutes or 1 hour, whatever it is, on USA, and then they'll show different things like that on the net. I think that'd be a really neat way.
I mean, yeah, if you want to check in on the Tough Enough people, you go to the network, click
have
on the
like
thing.
a live feed on it.
A live feed, yeah.
Because they should do it the way they used to in living in a house together. That would be a neat way to do that, is looking in on the house and seeing what's going on.
And make sure you gotta do their cabinet full of beer and everything, so when they get all drunk, no telling what happened. If you watched Steve Austin's show, you definitely know when they get a little drink in them.
That's true, and the original seasons as well. I've gone back. They have season 1 and 2 of Tough Enough on the network now. I've watched every episode of those. And Jackie Gaeta got herself in trouble back in the day before she ever married Charlie Haas, messing around in a hot tub while she was still dating somebody back at home.
Yeah, that thing. Get a hot tub and some liquor. And
That's
right. You can get good TV.
That'll mess you up. But also, we want to talk about WrestleCade, Ring of Honor, and Indy news.
And what do you have on there this week?
I have some cool stuff going on. And I've never even heard of this place in Georgia, but this event's going to be called WrestleJam 3. So the third year they're doing this, it'll be May the 7th, Ringgold, Georgia.
Ringgold, Georgia.
Ringgold, not like the guy from Beatles, not Ringo. No, Ringgold, Georgia. I've never heard of it.
Like a brass ring, but it's a gold ring.
If you want to know more information about this event, awfwow.com. Featuring people like Mickey James will be there. Magnus will be there. The Young Bucks, Road Warrior Animal, I guess I say this right, Tama Tongo, that's what's his name's son, Haku's other son from the Bullet Club.
Tama, yes.
T-A-M-A, Tonga. Doc Gallows from the Bullet Club, Amber O'Neil, which is Doc Gallows' wife from the Bullet Club as well. Rock and Roll Express will be there. Nature Boy, woo, Paul Lee. Don't ask me, I don't know who it is.
Woo, Paul Lee.
Paul Lee. So it's not Paul Lee, not dangerously. Buff Bagwell will be there. Jim Cornette. So Jim Cornette should be there hanging out with Rock and Roll Express, right? Always against them, right?
Of
so
course.
He should be there.
Have some team.
He should have some team going against them.
Bodies or the new Midnight Express.
Right. Crimson will be there, and then it looks like the graphic of these guys looks like a rip off of the Young Bucks, but they're called the Young Lions. How interesting is that?
Yeah, it's going to be Young Lions.
And it will be the Young Lions versus the Young Bucks.
There you go. And Jim Cornette will be the manager for one of the teams.
That should be what's going on. Chase Stevens, who used to be of the Naturals in TNA, will be there. And King Shane Williams, who I met Shane Williams at WrestleCade. Him and his wife were very nice. And the matches so far they've got is Nature Boy Paul Lee versus Doc Gallows, Mickey James versus Amber O'Neil, and, of course, the Young Lions versus the Young Bucks. Also, at WrestleCade, we already know PJ Black, Bobby Heenan, Chris Adonis Glacier, Matt Hardy, who's the WrestleCade champion, Italian Stallion, Mr. Anderson, Abdullah the Butcher, Bill Dundee, Ricky Steamboat, Henry O. Godwin, Colonel Rob Parker, Sanjay Dutt, Hardcore Holly, Bunkhouse Buck, Shane Douglas, Kevin Sullivan, The Godfather, the Mulkey Brothers, since I got in trouble for saying Milky Brothers by Gargle. It's Mulkey Mania running wild. Barbie Hayden, Trevor Murdoch will be there, ladies and gentlemen, and Trevor Murdoch's trainer. Trevor Murdoch was the first ever person to graduate from his what do you call it? School. Was the man name is Harley Race will be there as well. Right. That is all the latest names. Yes, it's all the latest names from WrestleCade.
Sound effects, folks. Hey, we're already moving up since season 2 debut.
That's right, and I don't want to mess up these Japanese people's names, so I'm just going to remind you, Ring of Honor, War of Worlds on the 12th and 13th of, let's see, what month is this? The 4th month? So it's April, so it's May.
Yeah, May.
Yes. May the 12th and 13th at the old ECW Arena. I hate the numbers. I hate numbers.
I'm not going to say anything.
Global Wars on May the 15th and 16th in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And I'm not going to name any Japanese people because I'm going to ruin every one of them.
Sure you don't want to name any Japanese people?
No Japanese people.
None
at all.
None.
And then last but not least, the Southern Wrestling Alliance. We went there last year, got the great interview with Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Oh, yes.
May the 30th, 2015, the National Guard Armory, Crestview, Florida. Doors open at 6:30. Bell time is 8 p.m. It'll be featuring Reality of Wrestling star, that's Booker T's training camp.
Yeah.
Reality of Wrestling star Rex Andrews taking on Kyle Matthews. Remember we saw Kyle Matthews take on Paul Jourdain. Plus the professionals, Justin Overstreet and Zane Stevens, will be taking on the Sin City Saints, Scotty and Billy the Reyes brothers.
Ooh, the
Reyes brothers. And the opening match every year. I mean, you remember the Suicidal Six-Way opening match they had? They always pride themselves in having a huge opening match that really gets everything started, really gets the crowd pumping. This year will be a triple threat match featuring the definition of technician, your boy, Mr. Canada himself, Chris Ty. He will be in a triple threat taking on Christopher Slade, who I believe won the Suicidal Six-Way. And last but not least, the Master of Devastation, Cameron Frost. Also, that's his nickname, I'm just telling you.
I love your...
The Master of Devastation! Also featuring stars such as Paul Jourdain, Dan Delicious, he was very entertaining.
It was.
And then Steve, and Bullet Bob, who we know will be in a six-man tag, but we do not know their opponents just yet. Plus this year's Mega Star. Last year, the Mega Star appearance was Dr. Tom Pritchard, along with other Continental legends. This year, the Mega Star appearance will be former ECW champion and a former 7-time WWE Tag Team champion and one half of the greatest brother tandems in wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the superstar this year at Southern Wrestling Alliance will be Matt freaking Hardy. Thank you. Matt freaking Hardy, as Paul Heyman would say. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really excited.
Yes.
So anyway, they are excited.
Yes.
The crowd behind us here, it's crazy. Not behind us, in front of us, behind y'all people. WrestleCade, Ring of Honor, Indy, that is what we have for you this week, along with the other wrestling news of the week. So that is part one, and we will be back in just a moment for WrestleMania 31 recap.
Yes, we're going to WrestleMania 31 of what a great show it was, and surprises. There was one match that surprised us both.
Really?
Yes, we were very shocked by the outcome. And we'll be right back. Just click over to part 2 of WrestleMania 31 recap, and we'll talk all about it just in a few seconds, right here at Top Rope Reality on the YouTube. I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm Justin Carter.
And we'll see you in a few clicks.